Okay, you're overcomplicating things. Again, everyone's overcomplicating things. I don't think anyone wants to sleep with a woman or settle down with a woman who has 80 bodies. That's disgusting.
How am I overcomplicating? I'm breaking down why.
I know you're breaking it down, but it's something that doesn't need to be broken down. Most people, if they hear that you have 80 bodies, they'll be like, I bet you fucking have.
Let me tag something on at the end of that there. The reason why men have a sexual, I won't say revulsion response, because there's a human revulsion response, but it's intense for certain things, like you want to get away from a dead body. You want to get away from things that smell, like feces. Fear of heights. There are things that human beings are instinctually want to get themselves away from, okay? When you're looking for, when a woman, it seems like she's easy, or she's had 80 bodies, or she has children from another man, there is a hesitation in men that is instinctual. And the reason for that is because that woman represents a bad bet for his paternity. That's why the body count matters to guys, and it doesn't matter quite as much to women. For a guy who has a high body count, I believe it was Sterling who was saying this, is that that is like one of the highest ways of demonstrating higher value, or pre-selection. Because if a guy knows his way around your body better than you do, you know he fucks. You know that he has been rewarded by other women who have had sex with him in the past enough so he has the experience to know what he's doing in the bedroom.
Right.
So there's that aspect. But then the other part of it is this, is that the reason why promiscuity works one way for men and it does not work for women is because of that paternity. It's the understanding and the ascertaining whether or not the child is his child. Because since we were living in hunter-gatherer groups on the sub-Saharan African plains.
Up until 1980.
Yeah. Until we could actually have DNA tests.
Paternity tests.
Yeah, so men have, it's been in our biological, evolutionary, innate interest to know or to try to ascertain whether or not the baby is our baby. So that's why men mate guard. That's why when women and men get jealous because of infidelity, men tend to focus on the physical act. Did you have sex with him in the bathroom? Did he have a bigger than I did? Did you get off? Those are the particulars that guys want to know when infidelity takes place. When a woman gets jealous because of infidelity, it's, do you love her? Am I losing my investment? Is my long-term security with this guy, is that in danger? That's where that jealousy comes from. So there's differences because men and women are different, and we have different priorities when it comes to reproduction as well as family creation as well. So when we're talking about 80 bodies, when you say, hey, I've had 80 guys, that's a pool of 80 men in which one of those guys, or probably some of those guys, could have been the guy that you can't get over. Or maybe he's the guy that whether he did or he didn't doesn't make any difference, but he's still thinking like on a hindbrain, lizard brain level, there's a possibility that she was impregnated by one of these guys and she can't get over that guy. You're a bad bet for my paternity.
Yeah, sure.
Your response?
I just love that we revert to these primordial justifications for wanting a woman with a low body count.
When guys are fucking with condoms, where else would you go
when
with
guys
it?
find it
Where
hot
else
when
would you
girls
go
are on
with it?
birth control. If guys' main prerogative is to like spread their seed, then why is it they're looking for women who are on birth control? They're attracted to women with IUDs.
They're not
an
women that are
intellectual
There's no
thing.
study
Biology
doing that.
as an excuse, when in reality biology
nobody's using
refers
it
to
as an
life
excuse.
and life's
Using it as an
processes,
excuse.
and our
And we're
capacity
using
our
evolution as
capacity
excuse,
for
not
culture our
primordial.
capacity for culture falls under biology. Our development of paternity tests, birth control, condoms, that all falls under biology and our capacity
Culture
for culture.
is downstream from biology.
Yeah.
You don't get society, you don't get social construction without biology first that drives that.
Yeah, I think you're over intellectualizing a lot of this. Like like you said, it could be boiled down to biology.
That's not a response.
Well, no, I just think that
It's a response.
No, it is
but
a
what your
response.
question is it right? And his response is, this is why it is. So the problem is, what people will do is they'll say, this man is just, what is this, a small dick energy, or whatever thing that they have to say to make or denigrate men for having some sort of preference. And the reality is, these things happen because men have 17 times as much testosterone as women. And throughout our evolutionary history, we are the ones that were the disposable gender. And because of that, we compete with other men for women. The men who make it to the top throughout history have had more sexual partners. That's just the way that it's been. It's not an excuse. If you have every right to think it's wrong if you want to think it's wrong, but it's not hypocritical because we're different. If you and I were to join the Marine Corps, I have to do more push-ups than you because the world is different for men than it is for women. If you and I were to join the fire department, I have to do more pull-ups than you because men and women are different. And so in this case, it's the same thing. I am not sure of the paternity of the child, of your child, but you always are. And because of that reason, your body count will always matter more than mine. That's just a function of biology.